Hello everybody and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Avengers Endgame Marvel Legends Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure, and we're finally going to get them put together. We have here all the figures needed in this wave to complete this Build-A-Figure. Captain America is not listed as he does not come with a piece, but we have Ronin with the arm with the Infinity Gauntlet, we have Ebony Maw with a leg, Living Laser with the torso, we have Nighthawk with the other arm, we have Citizen V with the other leg, and then finally we have Hercules with the head. But enough about that, let's go ahead and get this put together and take a look at the Armored Thanos. Alright, let's go ahead and get this put together here, and it looks like it should be pretty standard. No real surprises for how the pieces go in, except this one seems to be getting caught on maybe this piece here. I got a little bit of a gap in it. There we go. And then we got the arm with the gauntlet and the other arm. And finally, we get the armored helmet here. Excellent. All right, let's check him out. And here is the Armored Thanos all put together, and overall, he is a cool looking figure. I'm not sure if we really needed a third version of the MCU Thanos. I mean, it is the armored version, so I will take that, but I really wish they would have given us something like this, maybe with the first Infinity War, and then, I don't know, something different for Endgame, but either way, he does look good. There are some major gripes with this figure, primarily in the realm of articulation. As you can see, his foot here does not go flat on that angled foot because there is no ankle pivot, and I can't rotate at the waist because there's no waist rotation. So two big disappointments there. He does have this windmill style sword, so we'll go ahead and take a quick look at that, and then we'll get a better look at the Armored Thanos. And taking a look at his, whatever you want to call it, windmill blade, propeller blade, or just regular old blade. It's kind of an unconventional weapon. You're always going to have one blade pointed at you, but whatever. Looking close, we can see some similar design that we've seen on some of the other Black Order weaponry, which is, it's very techno-looking with these panels and things like that. But still looks really cool. There's no paint or anything on it. It's just one solid color, which is a little bit of a bummer. Of course, I haven't seen what this weapon looks like in the film yet, but I will say I do like the detail. If you look at the edge of the blade, you can see that it looks chipped and worn as if it's seen a lot of battle. I think that's a really nice touch. Really does add some character to the weapon, so pretty cool. But yeah, let's go ahead now and take a look at the Armored Thanos figure. And here is Armored Thanos up close and in detail, looking very cool. I love that we got the angry head sculpt so that at the very least, when we're posing this particular figure, he's going to look like he means business. The side pieces here are a soft material, and then it does go into actual sculpting at the top of the helmet. But the helmet design came out looking, I think, very good. And aside from that gap I have, or rather that mold imperfection I have in his teeth, I think the face came out looking pretty good. Looks like they used a similar shade of purple that they used in the Marvel Studios First 10 Years 3-pack, so I think that is good that they at least have something matching there. Going down the rest of the design, came out looking pretty cool there as well. We get some good gold paint. Actually, that might even be the plastic. That might not even be paint, but it still came out looking really good. And going to the back, we get a lot of detail there. The arms, we get the shoulders, big gauntlets on that side. That is his gripping hand for his windmill axe. And then on this side, of course, we do get the Infinity Gauntlet, which, taking a look up close there, you can see all the gems. Decently painted. Looks like the red, was that the reality gem, could have been a little bit better. And then the time stone looks okay, so yeah, that's not too bad, though. I think the gauntlet looks good. And then going down the rest of the figure, we get something of a soft material. It's a little bit stiff, but it's not bad. Same thing on the sides here. It's a little bit stiff, but it is soft. You do have part of the upper leg that comes up there, the armor, but it doesn't impede too much because obviously you're not going to have his leg bent like that too often. So, but going down the rest of the armor, yeah, very basic looking stuff, and pretty plain looking. I mean, it is just a lot of gold armor, so there's not a whole lot of details necessary, but I think they pulled it off quite nicely. And looking at the scale for this Armored Thanos, we see he's coming in at just about 8¼ inches tall, so not too bad. As far as articulation goes, you got a head that can go from side to side. It can look down that far, and it can look up. You kind of got to do a little shift there on the neck, but it can look up that far. You do have shoulders that can come up. Not too bad, but I will say if you come up too far, I pop that arm out, and this one is... Yep, there it goes. So they'll move up, but they're just a little bit stiff on my end. And you can rotate them around, but you are going to end up hitting that shoulder armor if you don't bring it out and around. He does not have any kind of bicep swivel. He does have swivel at the elbow, which is a single jointed elbow though. And I will say it's a really deep cut, and it looks really weird. And actually, if you bend it a little bit that way, yeah, that is a really weird hinge. You do have a arm that can turn, or sorry, a hand that can turn, and this particular hand has a up and down hinge. You can see it right there, versus a in and out hinge. That way it's up and down. And then you do have a regular hinge though here on the Infinity Gauntlet side. You have a ab crunch that can go down that far, go back, not too bad. There is no waist articulation. Ugh, that stinks. You do have legs that can come apart pretty far, kick forward, not too bad, but it's coming out to the side because it is hitting that. Can go back, not much. You do have a upper thigh cut, double jointed knee, and then as I've mentioned, you do have a rotation and a hinge, but no ankle pivot. Ugh. And here we have the first MCU Build-A-Figure Thanos next to this current Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure. And we can see we get a lot of the improvements that we got with the Marvel First 10 Years Thanos, which is the better color palette and the improved face sculpt. And then you get a little bit different gauntlet paint there as well. Unfortunately, I don't have that First 10 Years figure to show you right now. However, this is a much improved design over this guy here. And finally, here is the entire wave stand, and next to each other we have Nighthawk, Living Laser, Captain America, Ebony Maw, the Armored Thanos Build-A-Figure, Hercules, Ronin, and Citizen V. And this is actually a pretty big looking group here when you get them all side by side, but all in all, not too bad of a wave. And that about does it for this review, everyone. And overall, I think this was a very cool figure. I'm glad that we got it, but I'm definitely disappointed that we don't get the ankle pivot with it and the waist articulation. And honestly, with this particular figure, if I had to choose between ankle pivot or waist articulation, I would take the waist articulation because he's not really all that agile anyway in the legs. So the ankle pivot, you don't lose as much on this particular figure by not having it. But man, I really wish we would have gotten that waist articulation. But anyway, as I said, that is it for the review, guys. If you like this, please hit that like button. If you want more content just like this, please support the channel and subscribe. And aside from that, thanks for watching my video and have a great day.